Hello, fellow Caspians. Patrick Peace here. How are you doing today? Wanted to give another update. Today is October the 21st, and in my last video I said that we were hoping to see a buying opportunity mid to late October, and so this is what we're seeing happening today. We have on the daily chart, you can see on the moving average convergence divergence, we're reaching a low. Bitcoin currently around 109, 409, and if we switch to the weekly view, you can also see that we're reaching a relative low along the 50-period moving average. In the past, whenever we've come closer, touched it, or we may have another week or two to hit that target, maybe hitting around 103. That was my last exit price, was 103. It'd be nice to get back in at that price. And you have the RSI looking good there. And so again, on the daily, we can see that as well. We've got a nice dip below the 200-period moving average and cycling nicely to present us with a buying opportunity. If we switch views to looking at the bar chart with some stochastic indicators, you can see as well approaching a nice buying opportunity in this range. We're probably around 105, but I think I'll be probably getting into the market. I'd rather not try and pick the exact bottom, but I think from this general area and moving forward, we'll have a nice bounce off this moving average line and continue on up above 120K into the new year, into 2026 is my plan. I'm hoping to enter Bitcoin again and hang on to it for another 6 months or so to see what the momentum indicators and the relative strength indicators and all that stuff looks like going forward. But it looks like a pretty safe entry point right around now, or within the next week or two at the very latest. Next, let's look at some news that came out today quickly on Kadena. Kadena? You had the drop on October 10th that hit the market, and then you had the second shoe drop today with the announcement that they said that they're not, look at this, 300,000 followers, and they say we're shutting down basically, right? Shutting down, ceasing all business activity. And if you look at the website for the company, you know, the only truly scalable layer one proof of work and the leaders and the advisors and the global team, what does this really remind you of, right? Global ambassadors, or even if you look at the ecosystem, you know, meme coins, NFTs, and these different projects, doesn't this look a whole heck of a lot like Kaspa, really? And they've announced that that's it. They're just closing shop. So if we compare their charts on CoinMarketCap, you see here the drop from 23 cents down to 10 cents. So a 50% drop, and they still have a market cap of what? About 30 million. And if we have Kaspa beside it, they've had the same drop on the 10th of October, and we're just waiting for the second shoe to drop. So from this point, at a 5-cent range, if we were to have Jonathan Sompolinsky announce his departure from the project, which is likely to happen. I mean, the guy has zero enthusiasm for the project. He's got the personality of soggy cardboard kind of attitude towards it. And it sounds like he's really fed up and looking forward to moving on to working with numbers or whatever else that he does as an academic. So if he were to announce his departure from the project, I think you'd see a nice drop down to 2.5 cents, and then you could pick up from there. To keep in mind, if we round up the total supply, let's say to 28 billion maximum supply, at a 1 cent price point, you're looking at $280 million market cap. So if we were to reach the market cap of Kadena, worst case scenario, you'd be looking at a 1/10 of a cent. So whatever you're holding, if you have 1,000,000 Kaspa at 1/10 of a cent, you're looking at $1,000. Whatever that costs you to get in to get 1,000,000 Kaspa. If you can live with that drawdown down to a penny, and then down to 1/10 of a penny, because as long as people are buying on margin, the people that control the price will continually drop it by 80 or 90% whenever they reach a level where they can cash in all those stupid investors that are buying on margin, and that'll continue to happen. So yeah, Kaspa price here now at 5 cents. Worst case scenario, you have where are we here? Yeah, 5.2 cents. Worst case scenario, you have a black swan, a news that comes out, hacking that happens, a protocol failing or glitching, maybe shutting down temporarily, what have you. We could easily see a drop down, the second leg down to 2.5 cents, or down to a penny for that matter. But hopefully not. Hopefully Kaspa follows the leader of the pack, which is Bitcoin. And Jonathan already admitted to Nick Szabo that Bitcoin is the king, and for all intents and purposes will remain the king for quite some time. And so if we see Bitcoin return to a more profitable 120K plus, rounding out the year in late December, early January 2026, surpassing 120K over the next few weeks and months, then best case scenario, we should see Kaspa reaching up again towards the 7-8 cent range once again. And hopefully it'll hit that by the end of the year. That's it. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well. If you have any thoughts on the price action of Bitcoin or Kaspa that you think is very, very important to look at, please let me know. Please share with me your thoughts in the comments, and have yourself a great day. Bye for now.